Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BroxNet TV and tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. Latin Lives is a comedy by Robert Maisonett, which addresses different topics associated with the Latino culture and well, shows them in a positive light. And so, since its premiere in September of 1992, the play has gone on to become a web series that can be seen on YouTube. And now they're back on stage for their 25th anniversary. And joining us now to share more about all of this, and we welcome the creator of Latin Lives, Robert Maisonett. Hello.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And I must start off by just giving you a big, warm congratulations on such a long life with this play. I mean, normally you produce plays, well, I'm in the field as well, and they'll have their own little life, and then, they go to the shelf, and then maybe they'll come back and visit. But this play has been going on for how many years now?
We're celebrating our 25th anniversary, yeah.
That's a very long time.
It is a very long time. And when I started, it was just supposed to be for 2 nights, and that was it. And I never thought back then that we'd still be doing it at this point, let alone having a web series. So it's been a great journey.
So let's talk about those steps of just this journey of you writing a play that you thought was only going to last 2 nights, and how it expanded. I mean, we can't stay here the whole.
Right.
Yeah, I need a short version of it.
I mean, long story short, I started out, it originally was just supposed to be, I wanted to put something out there that I could work with other Latin actors and that we would showcase our talent and also present our story in a positive light. Because again, we're talking 25 years ago, there wasn't that much stuff going on for Latin actors. I mean, I was blessed, I think I look Latin, but casting directors would cast me as anything other than. So it wasn't until I got my first lead role in a film that I was playing a Latino and working with Latino and hearing their struggles and stories that they weren't getting roles because maybe they were too dark skinned or their accents were too thick. And I wanted to create something that really was showcasing us. And it just snowballed from there. I'm not a writer. I only wrote this and for some reason.
But then you are a writer.
Yeah, I guess, yes, I am. I mean,
you are a writer.
It resonated with the audience, and I didn't expect it to happen that way, and it just kept snowballing, and we just kept going. And whenever I can afford to produce it, I mean, it's a grassroots production. We have no budget, we have no money. Everybody is donating their time and their talent to the play and the web series, but I think the reason they do that is because they believe in the message and they believe in the project and the response from the audience. And it's not, you don't need to be Latin to enjoy this show. We have a very mixed audience, and that's the amazing thing, that you see how universal and how connected we all are.
Right, the storylines are. I've watched a few of them, and they kind of they're vignettes, and they kind of loan themselves to just almost like New York stories.
Yes, yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing too. It's definitely, I mean, I'm a Latino that was born here, second generation, so it's definitely from my perspective. It's definitely from my story and what I see and what I've had to experience. So in that sense, yeah, it's definitely being a Latino in New York and the issues that we have here. But the one thing that I always get from the audience is just, the feeling of connection and family and pride that they get from seeing this show. And it's just been a great experience, and also working with all the Latin actors over the years who've been a part of this project.
So after having done 2 seasons, because you did 2 seasons, and they're available to you guys on YouTube, now bringing it back to the stage, what has that transition look like?
Oh, that's been fun. It really has, because we're getting a lot of people who discovered Latin Lives from the web series, so they'd never seen the play. And I've actually been able to communicate with them. I actually went and delivered their tickets in person because I wanted to meet them and talk to them. And they're excited about seeing the play because it's the web series picks up where the play leaves off. So they're gonna get to see how it all started. And some of the actors in the web series were not able to join us for this stage project.
But I do understand you have original cast members from the original play.
Yes, Vanessa Ortiz.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's been with me
She's
since
on Orange is the New Black,
yes,
right?
Yes, she was on Orange is the New Black last season. So she's still with me. She's been a part of it since the very beginning. My sister, we're just BFFs. My sister, she's been there at the beginning. I'm glad that she's still with me.
Well, it's lovely. It's lovely when you work with actors, right? And then they go on, because the actor life is kind of like, a good month or a slow month. It's kind of like according to the gigs that you get. And so it's nice when you can work with actors who get a nice gig and then still find their place, or find a home that they can revisit and kind of bring it back to elevate the production, because that's what it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. I mean, it's. I gotta say, I mean, every single cast has been great to work with, but this cast is something really unique and special. I'm having so much fun with them, and I honestly didn't know if I should have put the show up this year, but a friend of mine, Robert Maisonett, really said that we really need it. And when we started going into pre-production, I was looking over the script. I realized how timely it is with everything that's going on right now in the world. Yeah, the show is needed.
Yes,
we
need a voice. We need a voice.
Yeah.
We need many voices. We need a lot of voices
Yeah.
in all aspects. And also the other topic that I noticed was included in your work is the LGBT community.
Yes, yeah, I'm very proud of that. I mean, it was something.
Which must have been a big deal 25 years ago.
Yes, it was a very big deal 25 years ago. Originally, those characters were in a different vignette, and then in 1995, I moved them into the main family, which the show is based around, and it changed the whole dynamic of the show. And again, we're talking over 20 years ago. I didn't know how the audience was going to react to this love story between these two men, and they were so giving and accepting, and a lot of people, it opened their eyes. And the love story of Tony and Sammy has been a big part of the show, and it's a really big part of the web series. And we actually had an LGBT episode that focused just on the LGBT characters in Latin Lives. And I was very proud of that episode and how it turned out and the response that we got from the viewers. So yeah, the LGBT community is definitely represented in this show. So.
No, it's important, because these are all the issues that somehow they're trying to reverse in bringing into the light, which, it's important that we continue to share the voice and present platforms in which we're just all one.
Yeah, and
celebrating each other.
And I think it's also like people think that the Latino community is so, they got the stereotype of us being like really against the LGBT community, and I think that's so untrue. I mean, obviously you can't speak in absolutes, but I think for the most part with the Latino community, family comes first no matter what. And that's the priority.
And that's the story of Latin Lives,
yes,
right? It's like an expansion. It's this nucleus family, and then the stories within that family,
right.
Or the extensions of that families, which I'm so happy that you're here to share with our viewers. Are there any last words you'd like to share with our viewers?
Just come out and support. We need our people's support. Come out and I guarantee you're going to have a really great time. This cast is amazing, and they're giving it their all, and it's going to be a fun night.
I bet. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, Robert Maisonett. All right, you guys, be sure to catch the 25th anniversary performance of Latin Lives. That's happening from November 13th to the 19th at the Producers Club Grand Theater, which is located on 358 West 44th Street. Monday through Friday shows are 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday shows are at 2 and 7 p.m. So you have plenty of time to catch it. And for tickets, you can visit brownpaperticket.com. And for more on Latin Lives, you can visit their Facebook page, Latin Lives. And of course, they're on YouTube, the web series Latin Lives. Okay, we're taking a quick break, but coming up, we'll learn about a project bringing together the NYPD and our community. Don't go anywhere.